All right, example 1 is giving us a quadratic function. They said f of x is 5x squared. And the first x value they gave us is x equals 2. And they're saying here, delta x is 0.01. What does that mean? The change in x value is 0.01. So look, we have a first x value of 2, but they want us to move it a little bit to the right. They want us to move this 2.01 to the right. So I have a second x value. With that change, the second x value will be, I'm doing 2 plus 0.01, okay, and that is 2.01. So we have two x values. The original x equals 2 and the second x value at 2.01. So what are we doing with this? Now let's see. Find delta y for the given x and delta x values. Round to 4 decimal places as needed. So as x goes from 2 to 2.01, how do their y values change? Now that's what they're asking. So let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the first x value of 2 into the function. Well, the first y value was at 5 times what? 4, that's 20. So the first value of x equals 2, it was up at 20, right? So what about the y value when x moved a little bit to the right? If I plug in this, oh gee, I may want to have a calculator for this. All right, I'll open up a small calculator real quick. All right, hold on. Here's my little calculator. All right, so I'm going to square the number first. 2.01 squared times 5. And that came out to be 20.2005. So look, it used to be 20, but it went slightly up to 20.2005. So I will say the change in y is equal to this number minus the original 20. So I'll just use this calculator and subtract 20 from here, and that comes out to be approximately or exactly 0.2005. Alrighty, now let's see, what are we doing for the second part? Is there anything else? Alright, let's do part B. They want us to find dy equals f prime of x times dx. Alright, so I think we're trying to, so they gave us a formula. Alright, so let's find dy then. What's dy? Well, we need to first do, you see this is two parts, right? There's f prime of x and there's dx. Dx is aka delta x. We already know what this is. They gave that to us as 0.01. I don't have that red part yet, so I'm going to write down that red part over here, okay? Remember, f of x, the original function they gave us was 5x squared, right? Then the derivative f prime of x, see that's what we need right here, right? Is going to be 10x, and when x is equal to 2, because remember, that's what x was. When x is equal to 2, then the derivative at 2 is going to be equal to 20. So let's see. I need to do 20 times. See, we just found out this value. This highlighted part is 20. And I'm multiplying this by that little delta x, the change in x of 0.01. Let's see what that comes out to be. What should I do? I'll bring this down, get a calculator, and do 20 times 0.01, and that is 0.2. Okay, pretty close, right, to what delta y is. Okay, because remember, this approximation. Okay, the change in y. So this is what we kind of just saw. The first answer that we got is really, really close. It was very approximately The same thing as what we got for part B answer, okay? See, the answers that we got were really small, very similar. 0.2005 and 0.2. So they were very, really close to each other, right? So, all right, let's do the last one. dy for the given x and delta x values. Shoot, we found it already. Oh, I'm sorry. I think what they wanted was actually this down here. So I'll write the formula. I think what they wanted for part B was actually the formula for part C. We actually have the answer here already. But all right, if I were to give them the answer for this, I will say dy is equal to the derivative before I plug in 2. That's going to be that red highlighted 10x times dx, right? So I will say, yeah, I'll do it this way, dx. So that will be the formula, and I wrote it this way because it's always going to be 10x for the derivative of f of x, but dx can be different, right? Dx can be 0.01 in this case. It may be 0.001 in this case. So I left it as dx, and we can plug in like for part C to get the final answer. I got a little confused about what they wanted on part B, but it was just basically setting up the formula that we're gonna use for part C. So hope you are okay with this example. I'll try to go over another one in another video, okay?